Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome back to House Flipper 2, where, when we last left off, we were, of course, doing pretty well, I would say, with, renovating the, what are we on, the west side of the house right now, I think. And as you can see, by the comparison of the two pictures, pretty bloody accurate, if you ask me. I do think we're actually doing quite well, and I will say it again, I am particularly proud of getting all of the plants and stuff scattered around all over the place. I know I could put it on the floor, but if I put it on the floor, it makes it very hard to like walk across it and stuff. There are just the technical reasons why I'm not putting it on the floor, but that's fine. It is what it is. It's a-okay. It's perfectly fine and wonderful. So we have to work out what the bloody hell I'm going to do with this room, because this is, of course, the tiger statue room, believe it or not. And the room itself does not have fantastic angles, which is a bit on the annoying side, but hey-ho, it is what it is on that front, I suppose. Yeah, this is it. This is what we got. We got candles, and we got the tiger statue, and I think that's supposed to be like marbling on the wall, I think. I guess. I don't know. Let's see what we can dig up. Yeah, I really don't think I can do the tiger statue thing. I don't think that's an option for me. I am fairly certain that if I just look up tiger... Yeah, we got tiger print wallpaper. That doesn't really work. So, what we want to do... That is actually pretty close. And obviously there is literally no way to know what the hell is on the ceiling, so I'm just going to put that up there too. This room now looks very odd and very strange, but I'm sure once we start putting in all the specifics. Firstly, we have a skirting. So that's fine. For the sake of bringing the room together. Okay, that's a start. Now, what are we gonna do about that? I wonder. what I'm thinking is... the room always did feel a bit big. So that'll bring it in, make it a bit smaller. Not close enough. And then what we'll do... I mean, okay, this... Okay, that's fine. That's good. More or less. Then we will... size, make it bigger. What is above here anyway? Ah. That's cool. And then I think... Oop. I mean, it's close. Can't deny it's close. I mean, yeah, it kind of works. Kind of works, kind of doesn't. Okay, so we need a couple of lights. Unfortunately, I don't think... No, see, I can't do wall lights that are candles. That's literally not an option for me. There is no option for that at all. That's the closest thing to a candle. There's no 3 candle holders either, like, at all. I wonder if... what we could do... It's not quite right, but we could... I don't know what it would be under. Oh no, I think it's under storage, maybe? I think it's under storage. I wonder if... now we can move it, but can we resize it? We can't. Okay. Next idea. It kind of blends in. And now what I'm thinking is if we take... Why could I not place you on that? No, really, why can't I do that? Okay. We'll do it the hard way then, shall we? I think I should just put in normal lights at this point. Because I am thinking, I can't actually light these. Which I think is going to be a problem. Like, I think it's a nice idea, but I think I should probably just stick with normal lights. Until they add in some candles. Especially candles that you can, you know, actually light yourselves. Well, it ain't perfect, but considering I knew that that was going to be a problem room, I think it's not bad. It is literally as good as I can get. As I say, bit of a shame, but better than nothing. Wait, that door opens outwards? Really? Hang on. It does! Well, how about that? I've got that one opening inwards. That is wild. Look at that. Sorry, that is wild that it will actually switch the flooring round. How does it do that? That's nuts. Okay, well, door opens that way, I guess. You know, it did always bug me that that room was a bit too... you. Whoops-a-daisy. Okay, now we gotta work on you. Firstly, which way round does the door open? Get in there. It opens inwards. Okay, that's good. Can I... No, there aren't. Okay. Is that got like a 3D effect on it? I think it might, but we'll just leave it like that for now. Actually, I will say, I think I want to get rid of that. Oh, god damn it. Okay, so what is... I don't know if we get a better view of it from this angle. Kind of, but not really. Well, it's kind of a built-in wardrobe, so I think looking like this makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've got some sort of stripy floral wallpaper, which actually does look not one, familiar to one we do actually have. Like this. It looks a little bit like that. Not like 100%, but I don't know, close enough. Alright, that's good. Looks like just regular sort of floorboards. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure it was the right way around. I don't like how deep those cuts are. We have one. Yeah, better. At least it looks like proper floorboards. Okay, so that's that. I can't quite, because this room is unfortunately quite dark, I cannot tell what that lining is. I think it's just white wood. I think it's white wood with a very kind of like that. Or, well, no, it's more like that. With no pattern. Yeah, that's quite close. Okay, very good. It's close enough. As I say, without some like really high quality details, I'm not really going to be able to tell. Now the bed's a basic wooden frame. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of actually ceiling. Unfortunately, I literally cannot see the ceiling in this room. Okay, but I think I got a rough idea. I think first we start with triangle. Okay, that just seems to be a kind of off-white. And then I think the ceiling itself is just like a dark wood-ish? Maybe, possibly. Who can really tell? It's very hard to tell. I don't know. But I think we can have that being that. Well, the other thing... Honestly, the steps I go through to make something look as good as possible. Now we want you. Have an off-white-ish, like that. That's pretty close. And then, as I say, I literally cannot tell what the ceiling is at all. There is literally no clue on that. So let's just put a basic wood up there. That kind of brings the room together a little bit. Not bad, not bad. This is a nice enough bedroom. Okay, speaking of bedrooms, bed. Bed. You want single. You are, I mean, not a million miles away in terms of design. I don't like that it's got... We'll go with that. That's a bit more basic. Sort of a dark wood. Technically there's no pillow, but I can't get rid of the pillow, so... Also, I'm not 100% sure. Is it like striped green? It is. Okay. So the duvet is indeed striped. But it is not... sort of a lightish greenish color. Unfortunately, I can't rotate the stripes. That is apparently just not an option for me. Again, can't get rid of the pillow, but let's assume that it matches. Yep, okay, that's good. That is pretty damn accurate, actually. Yeah, so you have to walk around here. Table in the corner. What kind of table are you? Kind of just a normal desk, ain't you? Yeah, desk, desk lamp, desk chair, basic sort of stuff. Tables, desks, console tables. No, not that. Maybe not that. None of these really fit. That's the problem. Oh, you'll do. I just need to change the wood to, you know, actual wood. That's not terrible. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now we need a light and a chair. In retrospect, kind of wish we could do it faster than just one row at a time, but hey ho, what you gonna do? Just to close it in a bit. Alright, that's that. Oh yeah, chair. Seats. Benches and chairs. Let's think about office chairs. Those are all, yeah. Those are all like, well, office chairs. We need just a perfectly normal, ordinary chair. Alright, that's good. That's good. That is indeed very, very, very good. It kind of looks like there's something up on the wall, but I think they're just supposed to be like notes or something, like pieces of paper. You know, sometimes people like stick things to walls and stuff, like if they're working on multiple things at once. I think that's what it is. Now there is a bucket. I don't think we have buckets in this. I could be wrong. We don't. We do not have that at all. We don't have a mop. No, we can't do any of that stuff. Never mind. These grab rails. I think we'll just leave that be. Okay, so we got that, and we want... Okay, so we've got a couple of hanging pictures, set of shelves. Although, we do need a lower desk cupboard thing. Okay, you're pretty close. You're very close. It's the wrong way round, sort of, but not terrible. It also needs to be a certain height, which is, you know, mostly below. Yeah. See, that's too tall, because that needs to be 80 or less. It's 85. 90. See, that's 80, and honestly, that's, with the exception of the curved front. Oh, that's too long. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think you're about as close as I'm going to get. Nice. Actually, I think that needs to be a slightly darker shade of wood. Better. Okay. So the one thing that I am genuinely unsure of, because I'm not 100% sure, I think there is a light in this room. And I think it's directly above the bed. But I also think that it doesn't show up in any of the pictures. Good enough. Actually, should I stick a picture up on the wall just to say, hey, yes, I know there's supposed to be a picture here. Kind of brings the room together. All right, excellent, 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 excellent. Now we get to enjoy the first zombie corridor. Okay. Alright, so we got a sort of a red floor. Floorboards, a reddish look. And they are definitely floorboards. They are quite small too, so yeah, sure, why not? Maybe a bit too small. Get out. Yeah, I see they're too small again. That's more like it. obviously those all go in a straight line, but no, thought so. That's really weird. What my problem with my monitor then? But no, I think it's... Sorry, I think there's just like a dead pixel at the top of the screen. I don't even know if that's showing up on your end. In fact, I don't think it is. That's random. This is not in any of the other screens I've got opening up. Nope, it's definitely just in House Flipper. That's weird. Not worrying in the slightest. Okay, so we got the floor. That's a good start. Now, what else? We got a kind of a runner thing along the floor. Don't know what that specifically looks like. Looks kind of like the runner did in the last area, with all those weird sort of bubble bits along the floor. Unfortunately, that's not really an option for me. Okay, the wall doesn't look specifically wallpapered. It looks like it's just a darkish grey color and slightly mottled. I was wondering, should I get rid of the windowsill? There don't seem to be that many windowsills in this place, which is probably for the best. What we want is a corner sofa, kind of like one of those, only not. I think maybe this goes back further than I thought it does. Oh, well, too late now. I'm not moving it. Whoop, wrong side of the wall. I'm not moving anything. Yeah, close enough. Okay. Definitely kind of floral pattern to it. Okay, that's that. They're kind of faded reddish color, like that. Hang on, we got two. I think we need to get rid of those. What color do we want you to be? I can't tell. You're both the same sort of color. Do that, and then we've got. Yeah. Not really. Close enough. Okay, plants. We definitely need a couple of plants. I'm not exactly sure what those pictures are hanging on the walls. They're like they're like kind of plaques almost. Like stuck on the wall, but not. I'm really not sure. Okay. What the hell was I doing? Oh yeah, I need plants. My brain stopped working there for a moment. I was like, wait, what was I doing? Oh yeah. Plants are unfortunately very hard to see, but I'm hoping. Let's have a look. Yeah, they look like little tree plants, don't they? I'm sure I've seen something like that somewhere in here. I don't think it's gonna come under shrubs. It's definitely not gonna come under trees. Okay, we need to... kind of wanted it to be a bit bigger than that. That's better. Again, not perfect, but it'll do. Okay, rug. Rug. Floor decor. See, again, it's kind of just that flower sort of pattern that you kind of just get on stuff like this. You about there-ish. That's not too far off, actually. Alright, now we got a couple of very big pictures and then a chandelier, actually. Come on. Lights. Hanging lights. Let's see. I suppose that's big enough. Oh, he's got a picture of a castle, which, you know, I'm convinced I've seen that picture somewhere else. See, there's that, which it technically is a picture of a castle, but I don't think it's big enough. I can't even tell what's in the other one. I think it's a plant. Okay, in terms of the ceiling, I really don't think we ever see it in this. Oh, well, we kind of see it there. Can we... Okay, so we've got... we've got the kind of skirting up top too. Which, yeah, I think we can pull that off. At least I think it's got that sort of pattern on it. I don't know, maybe it doesn't. It's really hard to tell because of... Ow! Ow, fuck, that was my knee. It's really hard to tell because of how blurry it is. Ow, my knee. That hurt. That really fucking hurt. Okay. Let's see now. Alright, so we've got 2 sets of... Also 3 sets of 2 lights. Okay, then we get... Hold up. Can we tell roughly where these other ones are? Alright. Yeah. I know we can't... I don't know if I'd be able to get those things on the wall. I don't even know what the hell they're called. They're like... embossing or something like that is the word that springs to mind, but... I don't know what they are, so I can't... like, search for them. Okay, well that's just gonna have to leave as is. So next up, I'm really not sure about having that door look like that, but I don't think I could get it looking any other way, because I ain't gonna get a door that looks like that. No way. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know if I'm gonna do anything with... No. No, that's fine. Didn't affect it at all. Good job I called that. Okay, anyway. It's 4 o'clock. So we're going to take a break. And we'll be back in a minute. See you in a sec, guys. And we are back. Okay. Right. So, what have we got? We got another bit of molding at the top. Which looks kind of like... Where is it? Yeah, we'll go with you. I'm gonna make you white by the looks. I think this room's going to be kind of difficult. I mean, aside from the fact I don't think the game has pianos in it. Here we go. Alright, that's a start. So we've got some wooden paneling along a good chunk of the base. That's fine. So we've got wood. It's very dark wood too. Like very dark. We've got... Are they lines? No, I can see the vertical ones. Can I not? Huh. Why can I the fuck? That wasn't there before. What? What is going on? What? What? Nice. Actually, that does remind me. I should probably. Oh, no, not that. There. Oh no, it does. Yeah, that was the smallest one I could do in that. That would be why. Nice. Okay, so that's that. That's that. What are the walls exactly? See, I don't know if that's the right. Excuse me, sorry, I don't know if that's the right color. Because. No, we can get the. Actually, this is a good angle to do the floor. So it's sort of light reddish. Oh, god damn it, that's the wrong way around. Didn't look the wrong way around before. What? Oh, wait, that was the wrong way. What? Okay, now I'm even more bloody confused. What the hell? Oh, it didn't... That's the wrong one. That's the one. I was like, hang on, what have I done wrong here? Hang on, something's wrong. I'm confused. Yeah, that stays the same basic rotation. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. I mean, it kind of looks the same sort of color. I really can't tell. This room is very dark, but it kind of looks like that. Something wrong. When you look at that, and then look at the one I've done, with the exception of obviously the brightness being up in my version, that's about accurate. Now, obviously we can't do everything here, but we can do most of it. We do the lighting. Lights. What lights? We want... That's about as close as we're gonna get. Actually, didn't we have... That does actually make... That's the point. There's no lights in this room. We need to look into that. Maybe not. I'm going to take a guess. Oh, no, that kind of is in the middle. Ah, there's the rain again. Lovely. Started raining outside. Heavily. Yeah, that's what I saw was coming. I looked out the window during the break and there was just this big bank of like black cloud. And the hills I can just sort of see in the distance from my window were just gone. I was like, yep, that's some rain. I think if not good at stating the bleeding obvious. If I suddenly disappear, yeah. Holy shit. I don't... Is that snow mixed in with that? Oh, wow. Yeah, it was supposed to be cold. It's cold. It is actually generally quite cold today. Freezing my ass off when I was out for a walk earlier. Right, so we do have a shelf that we need to go into there. And a couple of plant pots by the looks. Right. Shelf. I'm not going to bother putting the movable cabinet in there. I don't really see the point. That's good. Yeah, we don't have a piano. Well, we got this. Actually, I'd forgotten that was in the game. You know what? I will fucking count it. I know it's not a grand piano like that one. But you know what? That is bloody close enough. Yeah, there's definitely snow mixed with that. I can see it going down the window. Sorry, I know I'm getting distracted by that. Just a lot of rain. They're kind of just like normal plant pots, almost like that. I think they're yellowish. No, not really. I think they look yellow in the light, that's the thing. But no, I think they're white plant pots. they need to be leafy kind of things, so that's good. Okay. I think they're just like tiles. In fact, I think it's the continuation of that. So we'll just do that, shall we? See, it feels too small now, but I don't know. Yeah, it's close enough. Little plant pots. See, and that really does just look like not very maintained walls in here. I am, you know, the more I think about it, the more I can't help but feel that that room kind of cheats a bit. Just based on its size. I don't know. It feels bigger than it should be. It's definitely bigger than the one I've got. Oh well, it is what it is. Really wish. That's the thing you need to look for resizable stuff. I don't think any of the windows are resizable. Which is... Oh, okay, the circle one is, but that's not what I'm looking for. None of the square ones are, is my point. It's funny, I think, that things that are square, in terms of windows, can't be reshaped, and things that are... So I thought it just occurs. I'm just... Whoop, careful. Apparently you can resize this. But doesn't it like... Yeah, I thought so. It's like, yes, you can resize it, but the window doesn't change size. The gap does. Which, I don't know, kind of makes it pointless. I think I remember messing around with that once, and I was like, Okay, how the bloody hell we're gonna do the rest, I don't know, but I mean, yeah, I guess, kinda. Who the bloody hell knows at this point? Oh, God. That siren's apparently just deciding it doesn't want to stop. Oh, there it goes. That's good. Just one single lone plant, sitting all unloved in the corner. What a shame. What a shame. That's kind of close. There does seem to be like a little runner up there, doesn't there? Alright, so that's all of that. Now, the bar. This is going to be the tricky part, aside from the fact that it's not really shown very easily. Huh. No, I never realized that before. Firstly, I think there's a light here too. Main reason I think that is if you look at, hang on, this angle, there's a light on the left, but there's also just the edge of a light on the right. There's also a light on the edge of that little table there. I don't know, that's not right, hang on, oh, there it is. Thing is, I don't think I can do that bar. Well, I might be able to do something like it, but I don't think I can do it specifically. Because I don't think I can get the table with the curved edge. The little separate bar thing with the light on the end. I can do a table, but I can't do that. So you can do bar stools, but you can't do bars tables. I don't think that was even a thing back in the last game. Which is unfortunate, but hey ho, it is what it is. Okay, so we need... I mean, you're not a million miles off in terms of the look. Best I can do. I never realized that was a light on that little table there. I always sort of assumed... Well, I never really knew what it was. I kind of just figured it was like debris left on the table. I never realized it was a light. But hey ho, what you gonna do? the 4 bar stools along there, but you also got some slightly, like, shorter ones, I guess? That'll work. Okay, now, technically speaking, we can't really do the like overhanging bit of the bar without putting in cabinets. I don't think we can. Well, now that is interesting. I think the thing that's always bugged me about that bar is I've never seen a way into it. Like, legit, you actually look at the design of that bar in this room, there isn't actually a way for a person to get into without climbing over the damn thing. Just look at it. There really isn't. So fuck it, I may as well emulate that, because that would be actually quite funny. No, hang on. You... Of course, but I don't want them that way around. Good, that fits. More or less. Right. That is pretty close. We do have to make a few changes to it. I was kind of more about getting them in place rather than anything else. I need to... You need to be smoother, kind of a marble-ish look. Marble? I mean, it probably is marble. Or at the very least, it's glass. Just wondered if there's one without handles on it. Probably not, seeing as it's kind of designed to have handles, but whatever. Okay, that's good. Although, actually, I've left them white. They need to be red. Very red. Okay, that's good. And it, honestly, it looks like there's... I think there's just a bunch of shelving stuff back there. I can't quite tell. Again, it's really hard to see. I am literally just having a guess here. I think a couple of these behind there would look quite pleasant at least. No, they stick out too much. Yep, definitely stick out too much. Okay, that is pretty good, with the exception obviously the piano isn't as big. Can't do anything about that. That is pretty good. I think I need to change the wood on those cabinets to a darker color. Much darker. Good enough. Okay, are there... I think I can't quite work out. I think the thing is, here's the kicker. You see how on this surface top, which I said, oh yeah, it's very smooth, very shiny, it's probably either like glass or marble or something like that. Right above Chris's head, it looks like there's a light on the wall there. Is that what that's meant to be a reflection of? I don't know. I literally cannot get a good angle on it. There is no angle on that corner of the room, but it looks like there might be a light there. See, these are the kind of details you have to pay attention to when you're working on stuff like that. If you imagine we're looking down, well, I can't really see it from this angle, but the angle kind of cheats. But yeah, you're seeing the light reflected there. There must be a light there. There just must be. Okay. I think that room's about done. Woo! What a trip. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Time for another break. And when we get back, we will see about Yes, because we got to go down to the basement in order to go up the elevator to get to the other half of that bit. Which is... yeah, that's going to be fun. Whew. I don't think we're going to finish with West today, but we'll make a good start on it. We'll make a good start. Anyway, back in a minute, guys. And we are back. Alright. I still have no idea what I'm going to do down there. Actually, okay. Let me test a theory that literally just popped into my head. This is probably not going to work. Hang on. Let me just have a look, see. I mean, kind of works. Why is there a thing in the middle of that? It kind of works. Like, I'm shocked, but it kind of does. Sorry, that's just very dumb. What the? That's weird. Why is it like that? Why does it work like that? That's fucking weird. Okay. Come on, let me... Thank you. Right. Are you actually kidding me right now? What is that? Like, I go out of my way to make it at least look symmetrical, and now you go and add in another one? What are you doing, game? I genuinely don't fucking get that. Like, what the fuck? It's weird. It's always like the last one you move. Kinda. Is it because they're touching? I mean, the thing is, I could technically just do this. And that's fine, because now you can't, like, get through. I just wanted to make it look like it was a proper, you know, thing. Like a proper little gate. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, that must be just like a weird quirk of how the yeah, that must just be like a weird quirk of how the because it has like a mechanic that like tries to staple these things together. No, I don't think I can turn that off. Rather annoyingly. Why you all of a sudden? Well, that works. Kinda. Now, can I... I mean, it kind of works. Can I please look on to... Come on now, you can do it. What the? Yeah, again, I think that must just be how it works. Yeah, fortunately that kind of just hides it, so... You know what? I will take it because that's as good as I'm gonna get. Blimey neck. That was not worth the time that it took to do that. Oh. I'm not sure if I like it being white. I feel like it should just be concrete. Yeah, just rough concrete. It's an empty lift shaft. It's not going to be fancy dancy, is it? It's certainly not going to be painted white. Come on. Right, so we have floorboards. Most definitely on the floor down there. What kind, I wonder? I don't know, they're just kind of wood. We have just perfectly normal floorboards. Controller turned off. Let's try that again. Nice. Okay. Those are just like wooden stairs and wood at the bottom too. Same kind of wood by the looks. Actually, that does remind me. Honestly, that works out quite well. One thing I do want to do real quick is to check that I have the doors around the right way. It should open inwards. It does. Okay, that's good. Just wanted to double check. If we're gonna do it, we may as well do it right. Right? Okay. The walls are exceptionally plain. And it does look like we have the floorboard runner. We'll move it up. We shall rotate, and then we shall move. That's good. I cannot tell what the ceiling is. It's just the tiniest, weeniest little bit. Did I actually forget to finish doing all the walls in here? Sounds about right. Certainly sounds like something I'd do. It's really starting to come together now, isn't it? I mean, you can walk through almost all of this half of the mansion, and it's more or less done. I think that's really cool. Okay. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Bum, 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 bum. Can we, I wonder... No, I didn't think so. That's worth a try. I wonder, hang on a second. Damn. Okay, we got lights. Because although I don't think you see it, there must be a light down here, because otherwise it's like, well, where's the light coming from? I think it's up above the door. And aside from that... one in front of the elevator, two there, very oddly positioned. I do wonder if there's one up here somewhere. Again, not that you can see it, but I think they're there. You kind of have to infer, infer where some of the lights are, because the game doesn't always tell you. Definitely does not always tell you. because I think there's definitely two. Because you can sort of see, well, there's like a glow on the wall there, which I think is supposed to be from the one that's there opposite the elevator. But if you look at this, I mean, this is the thing, it's hard to tell because there's a glow on either wall. So there could be two, but there could also only be one. If there is only one, which side is it likely to be on? I think there might actually only be one. I think it's on the outer wall. Well, as good as we're going to get here. And now we're into the kitchen. Wow, lovely. Actually, I wasn't paying attention. Which way did the door open? It opens inwards to the kitchen. Okay. And does it open inwards to the kitchen here? It does not. Naughty, naughty. Alright. I think I might have made the kitchen too small. I don't know, and at this point, I don't care. It's fine. So we've got tiles on most of the walls. Kind of thin tiles, actually. Except for those two walls, which are not... question mark? The walls on that tile are square, and the tiles on all the other walls are kind of oblong shaped. Let's just make them all the same, shall we? Just for the sake of my bloody sanity. Okay. We've got the tiles. See, the thing is, I'm fairly certain these tiles are supposed to be white. I'm not sure if they actually, like, should be or not. Like, if we should actually tweak the color of the tiles slightly to make them less white. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Okay, we can go with that. Now, floor and ceiling look about the same, but I can't quite tell what it is. Bit of a downward pointing one here. It looks just like concrete. Just very dirty concrete. No, definitely not. I mean, yeah, but no. I think it's just supposed to be dirty concrete. I think that's the problem, is I can't really get that dirt look on it. Well, it's nice, except it's also shiny, and I don't want it to be shiny. Because it's granite. Nope. I think I'm just gonna have to pick something and roll with it. You're not wrong. You're not right, but you're not entirely wrong. You got that mottled look at least, which is kind of what I want to go for. So we'll stick with that, and we'll pop you on the ceiling. I don't like that it's reflective, but that's just something we'll have to deal with. Okay. Okay, so there's a bluish looking cabinet. It almost looks like it's got a pane of glass in front of it, but I don't think I can emulate that. So let's just Okay, maybe let's extend that out a little bit. Clearly it needs a little bit of tweaking. Oh no, that's what it is. We gotta... I was like, why can't I get rid of that damn grass? Oh, that's right. That's why. Like, why is that not working? Oh, right, of course. I'm an idiot. Okay, very good. I think we'll shift it along a little bit. I'm sure I've seen a table that looks kind of like that somewhere. Got two of those next to each other. Okay, we should have a microwave somewhere along the line. You look pretty decent. Excellent. And I don't think we have... No, I didn't think we did. No, we don't have lockers, unfortunately, which is a tad on the annoying side. If we go wardrobe, though... I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get. Okay, right. Well, it is 6 o'clock, and so we are going to have to leave it there. But obviously next session, we'll fill in these two corridors. This is at least easy. They're pretty much identical. So we will fill in these corridors. We will then proceed up the elevator. Obviously, we can't do it in this because there are no elevators, and then we'll fill in this section, and then once we've done all of these rooms, which we may or may not get done next time, I don't know, some of them are pretty big rooms, but some of them are quite empty, so it shouldn't take too long. That will be the west wing done, and then we'll move on to the east wing, which I think the east wing is probably going to take longer because there's a lot more rooms in the east wing, but we'll deal with that one as we get there, unfortunately. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.